Welcome to Unsolved Shadows, the cases the world couldn't solve. Tonight, a story few dare to believe. Imagine having a passport from a country that doesn't exist, stamped, sealed, real, but impossible. Tokyo, July 1954. Flights from Europe, businessmen, tourists, and one traveler who shouldn't exist. He looked ordinary, but something in his eyes felt off. Calm, yet confused, like he was a stranger to the world itself. He handed over his passport, calm, confident. The customs officer frowned. The country was clearly printed, Taured, but there was no such place. The man pointed at a map of Europe. His finger landed between France and Spain. He said, "Here, Taured." The officers exchanged uneasy looks. They took him to a nearby hotel, under guard. His documents were real, the stamps authentic. But by morning, the man was gone. They questioned him for hours, yet his answers never changed. He spoke calmly, describing a nation he believed was real, a country with borders, history, people, but every detail he gave existed nowhere on Earth. The officers checked the company he claimed to work for, a successful firm, well known in Taured. But every search they made led nowhere. No records, no documents, no trace of it ever existing. They examined every document he carried, slowly, carefully. Each stamp, each signature, each seal, perfectly placed. Everything looked authentic, aged, official, unmistakably real. But every authority they contacted, every office, every registry, denied issuing any of it. He insisted the documents were common in Taured, everyday items. Yet here, in our world, they were impossible. They checked his hotel room at dawn, expecting to find him asleep or waiting to be escorted back for questioning. But the bed was untouched, the suitcase still neatly placed, every item exactly where it had been the night before. The guards swore he never left the hallway, not even for a second. And yet somehow, impossibly, the man from Taured had vanished. They searched the stairwells, the elevators, every corner of the hotel. No footprints, no witnesses, nothing on the security logs. It was as if he had walked out of this world through a door no one else could see. They searched every archive, every drawer, every file. The company he worked for, the place he claimed to live, none of it existed in any official record. It was as if his entire life, his identity, his history had been erased from our world. And the deeper they looked, the more impossible it became. They expanded the search, reaching out to embassies, consulates, foreign directories. Not a single nation recognized his birthplace, his employer, or the documents he carried. It was as if he belonged to a version of reality that was close to ours, but not the same. A world overlapping with this one, but invisible except for him. Investigators checked the hotel ledger, the place where every guest should have been recorded. But the line with his name, the only evidence he had ever stayed there, was smeared, crossed out, almost erased, as if someone or something didn't want him remembered. They searched for backups, receipts, any kind of duplicate paperwork, but there was nothing. Not even a trace of ink where his signature should have been. It was as if the man from Taured had never checked in at all. The guards were questioned next, both of them shaken. They swore they had watched the hallway all night, every minute, every second. They insisted no one had passed through, not even a shadow. And yet somehow, the man they were guarding vanished from a locked room, with no windows, no exits. One guard said he felt a cold draft, just once, as if the air itself had shifted. The other claimed he heard a faint sound, like a door closing, but there was no door. Their testimonies matched perfectly, and none of it made sense. Airport officials began their own investigation, searching for mistakes, inconsistencies, anything that might explain the impossible. They reviewed every stamp in his passport, every visa, every entry and exit. All of them were valid, perfectly aligned, and marked with countries that do exist today, except for one, Taured, a place with seals, borders, official codes, yet no presence on any map of our world. They checked the flight records, the passenger lists, the booking logs. His name was there, but the origin point, the departure city, belonged to no known nation. Investigators pulled out a detailed world map, hoping to trace the path he claimed to take. They searched for any location, any border, any small forgotten nation that might resemble the name he spoke with such confidence. And then, something caught their eye. A faint mark near the border of France and Spain. A tiny smudge of ink, almost accidental. But under the magnifying glass, it formed a name, Taured. Not printed, not official, but there, like a ghost of a country that once existed, or should have existed. It was the closest thing to evidence they had found. The embassies were contacted next, each one expecting a simple confirmation. But every call, every inquiry, every record search ended the same way: confusion. The diplomats checked their registries, their immigration logs, their national archives. No nation recognized the codes on his passport. No office had a record of his birth. No government acknowledged the company he claimed to represent. One official even insisted, firmly, that the document he was shown could not exist anywhere on Earth. Yet it was real, stamped, sealed, perfectly crafted, and still, it belonged to a country no embassy had ever heard of. They dug deeper into the city he claimed to come from, a place he mentioned with certainty, as if it were as real to him as the ground he stood on. But every search, every directory, every global registry returned nothing. The coordinates he described, the landmarks, the borders, none of them matched anything on Earth. It was as if he belonged to a version of our world, where that city existed, where that country existed, where his entire identity made sense. But here, in our reality, his origin point was a blank space, a place that should exist, but doesn't. Some investigators proposed a different explanation, one that was far more unsettling. They believed the man from Taured might not have been lying at all, that his world, his country, his memories were real, just not here. They suggested he came from a version of Earth almost identical to ours, but separated by a thin veil. A parallel reality overlapping with this one for only a moment. And somehow, by accident or design, he crossed that boundary. Some researchers went even further, proposing that the man from Taured was evidence of something far bigger, They believed he was the result of a split reality, a branching point in the fabric of existence, where two versions of Earth diverged. In his world, Taured existed. Its borders, its history, its people were as real to him as ours are to us. But something happened. A slip, a shift, a moment where timelines overlapped. And for a brief window, he crossed from his reality into ours. A traveler not between countries, but between worlds. Some investigators believe the hotel room itself was part of the anomaly, that the moment he vanished was not a disappearance at all, but a return. They argued that the hallway, the flickering lights, the sudden cold breeze the guards felt, were signs of a boundary weakening, a thin place in reality where two worlds overlapped for a moment. And in that moment, the man from Taured simply stepped back into the world he came from. Not kidnapped, not hiding, just gone, because he no longer belonged here. In the end, the man from Taured left behind no answers, no trail, no identity, no proof that he ever existed in our world. Every document he carried vanished with him. Every clue dissolved into contradiction, and every attempt to explain his presence only opened the door to more impossible questions. Was he a traveler between realities? A glitch in our timeline? A visitor from a place we were never meant to know? Or was he something else entirely? Whatever the truth is, one fact remains. A man arrived in Tokyo from a country that does not exist, and he disappeared without leaving a single trace. What do you believe? If you want more stories like this, subscribe to Unsolved Shadows, where the cases the world couldn't solve are just the beginning. You are watching Unsolved Shadows, where the cases the world couldn't solve are just the beginning. Next time, we explore another mystery hidden in the shadows, a story darker, stranger, and far more unexplained.